The ghost had been with Sadie for as long as she could remember. When she got an American Girl doll from her cousin at her 5th birthday party and the candles blew themselves out. When she was invited to her first sleepover in 3rd grade and the projector playing the in-class movie short-circuited. When the boy next to her on the bleachers hugged her at their elementary school graduation and the gym doors banged open, filling the whole place with air too cold for a late May afternoon. The ghost had been with her every day she spent with Anna, too. If Sadie had understood how strong it had grown by then, maybe she never would have let herself have a best friend in the first place. Maybe Anna would still be alive. But she wasn't. And that's what Sadie was thinking about, sitting at her desk in social studies when a nervous-looking 6th grader arrived with a note from the office. That the only friend she'd ever had was dead, and it was all her fault. "Sadie," her teacher said. "Counselor." 18 pairs of eyes swiveled to fix on Sadie. Someone giggled. She felt her cheeks go red as she closed her notebook. Most kids in her position would worry this might mess up their chances of making friends at a new school. Sadie worried about the opposite, that someone would notice her because of this, that they'd decide she was worth talking to, inviting somewhere, that it would all start over again. "Bring a pass when you come back," Mr. Miller called before the door closed and left Sadie standing in the silent hallway. On the way to the counselor's office, she considered making a run for it, walking home or waiting the next hour and a half out in the nurse's office. Counselors were the worst, and she'd seen enough of them to know. But skipping class would worry her dad, and worried dads tended to schedule more counselor appointments. Or worse, therapist appointments. Or worse, child psychologist appointments. So Corfield Middle School's Mrs. Fitz, as the cheerful nameplate on her office door read, was the lesser of many evils. And choosing the lesser evil was another thing Sadie knew all too much about. The door to Mrs. Fitz's office was closed, and there was another girl in the waiting room. Sadie had seen her around school. She was hard to miss with her bubblegum pink hair and bright-colored clothes. Her face was pixie-like above the book she was reading, a little mischievous. Today, the girl wore bright red pants covered with patches and sparkly purple sneakers, an outfit that said she didn't mind standing out. Sadie, on the other hand, had dressed specifically not to be noticed. Faded jeans, a plain, long-sleeved white t-shirt. Her hair had always been dull. Regular old brown, not quite wavy, not quite straight. Her mom had been Mexican. She'd left before Sadie started kindergarten, and her dad never really talked about why. Sadie hadn't gotten the chance to inherit much from her, and it seemed like even her body knew it. Her skin was more like her dad's, palish and freckledish, nothing that would inspire flowery adjectives. Only her shoes had any character, and that was because she had doodled all over them before her decision to become invisible. Across the room, the other girl lowered her book. "I like your shoes," she said. "Thanks." Monosyllables, no eye contact. This was how Sadie kept the ghost at bay. "What are you in for?" the girl asked, undeterred. If Sadie hadn't been through all this before, she might have been tempted to sit closer, make a joke about Mr. Miller's obsession with hall passes or how small and nervous the 6th graders looked. But she knew how the ghost felt about friendships, even potential ones. So Sadie shrugged in response, her arms crossed over her chest.